guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a minute since I posted anything, so I just wanted to start the day off to see what I actually really do. So right now it's 8:16. I'm actually late. I forgot to tell you what I do at my job. I assist the loan processor, and I just help them make calls, make sure that all the paperwork has come in. So they do home loan. That's what I do. So just a little rewind. It was Monday. Okay, wait. I need to backtrack a little more than that. So maybe 3 weeks ago, I went to a business mixer, and everything went well. You know, we were just there. We were at this place called Blue Martini at Town Square. It's a cool little spot, hookah and everything. So we were hanging out. Everyone left, and it was just me, my boyfriend, and one of my friends stayed. And we were drinking. We ordered a hookah. Everything was fine. And then all of a sudden, and I am not the type to drive if I'm drinking. Like, I know that I have to take an Uber home. And we even said that to each other. Me and my boyfriend were like, we're gonna Uber home, because he met me from work. When he got off work, he met me over there, and I drove my car over there, not thinking that I was gonna drink too much. But you know, the drinks start flowing, and then now you're like on your 5th drink. So all of a sudden, I guess I blacked out. But I wasn't the only one that blacked out. We all freaking blacked out, because my friend doesn't remember like anything that happened. My boyfriend doesn't remember. I sure as hell don't fucking remember what happened when I left. So all I remember is I snapped out of my blackout, I guess, and I was by the entrance of the freeway, and I was parked on the side of the freeway, like alright on the on ramp on the side. And I was parked there. The car was off. The keys weren't even on. I didn't have my phone, and I started like freaking out, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I'm like looking through all my stuff, looking through my purse, looking through my everything. I was looking for my keys and my phone, and I could not find them. And I was like, what the hell? And I know that I was drunk, and I knew in my head, me myself knew, like, I must have tried driving home, and I knew that I shouldn't have driven. So I parked on the side of the road, even when I was blacked out. So that's what I was thinking in my head. And then here comes a cop, and yes, I was on the driver's side, but the car was off. Holy moly. The car, sorry, I yawned. But the car was off, and the keys were not in the ignition. So he comes and he's like, hey, what's going on? And I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, have you been drinking? And I'm like, yeah, I've been drinking. And he's like, well, what are you doing parked on the side of the road? And I'm like, well, I'm just trying to, you know, wait it out and try to sober up before I start driving. And he's like, okay. He's like, why don't you step on out and do me a sobriety test? And I was wearing heels, so he's like, I'm gonna let you take your heels off and do it with your heels off. So I was like, okay. So I take off my heels, and here I am, and I guess I passed the test. Why the hell do I keep yawning? I yawn when I tell stories, maybe because I get bored of them myself. Anyway, so I guess I passed the sobriety test, because then he tells me to blow into the blower or whatever, but he didn't ask me if I wanted to. He basically just told me to. And according to like a lot of people that know, they were like, they're supposed to give you an option and get your consent. I was like, well, I didn't get any of that. So then he's like, I'm gonna have to take you in to jail. And I was like, but I'm not even driving. He's like, it doesn't matter. He's like, you were on the driver's side, so I have to take you in. I was like, fuck. Okay. So they took me in. He puts me in the back of the seat of his car, right? And I'm looking in the front to where my car is, and him and the tow truck driver are both looking for my keys. So obviously I didn't have the keys anywhere. Finally they found them. They take me into jail, and he tells me, when like he's taking the handcuffs off of me in jail, he's like, you didn't even have the keys in the ignition? I was like, no, I told you. And of course, by then it's too late. I'm already in jail. So takes off my freaking, as they're taking my handcuffs off, like just grab my arm and they put the freaking tourniquet on me and they take my blood. Well, they're supposed to let me know that they're going to take blood or get my consent that I am allowing them to take my blood. Well, guess what? That didn't happen either. Now they towed my truck. I'm in jail. My boyfriend doesn't know where I am. You just need to start remembering phone numbers if you don't, because I'm going to tell you, I'm bad at it. I don't either. But I can't remember anyone's phone, not even my boyfriend's. The only number I remembered is my son's. That's because it's under my phone bill, so I know his number. So I kept calling him, and of course my son hardly ever answers his freaking phone. And it's like 3 in the morning by this time. So I'm like, I'm just going to wait it out until like 11, 12. Finally, he answered. And my boyfriend, I was like, let me talk to Zach. And he's like, what happened? I don't remember anything that happened last night. I was like, I don't fucking either. He's like, did you get mad at me? Am I mad at you? I'm like, I don't know. I don't care. Just bail me the fuck out. He got my car out. When he got my car out, I called because I told him, go get my car out and then we'll talk. I'll call you later. So when I called him, he's like, what did you hit? And I was like, what do you mean? What did I hit? He's like, yeah, you have, like, your bumper is like smashed in. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, no, I would have remembered if I hit something. I'm not like, I would not like just hit something and keep driving. Like, that's not me at all. So whatever. I was like, you know what, we'll handle that later. I don't remember right now. I'll see. Like, I like sat there and thought, like, what would I have hit? There's like nothing that I would have hit, especially where I had parked. I had parked like right on a wall. That wall is like solid. There's no lines, no nothing, right? And I'll explain that to you when I get there. So he finally oh no, then he couldn't bail me out because it was my first DUI. He OR'd me, meaning like I just got out like on my own, like, you know, because it's my first offense, or it's a DUI or whatever, so they just let me sober up and then they let me go, but I have a DUI. So anyway, so he picks me up and we get home and I look at the car and the car has like lines on the front of the bumper. So like, you know, my car is like, you know, like the bumper is at the bottom and then your hood is on the top, of course. Blessing, thank you. Now I'm sneezing. Anyway, so yeah, so only the bumper, the front end of the bumper was like smushed in. I'm trying to like explain it to you, like, so that you guys understand. I'll take a picture and show you guys what it looked like, or what it looks like. Anyway, so it was only the front. The bottom part of the bumper was not hit or anything. There was just lines on it, like if it went through like some type of like machine or something. So I'm like, that is not for me. That's from the freaking tow truck. So I'm thinking the tow truck did that. So I talked to the lawyer and he's like, you're gonna win this case. He's like, I've never heard of it. Somebody like your case is like the easiest case I've ever had. He's like, you weren't driving, your car was off. He's like, I have cases that like the driver crashed into something and that's how he got a DUI, or they killed somebody, or they hit another person, or they were swerving. He's like, you were on the side of the road, you were not driving, you weren't on the way to hurt anybody or yourself. He's like, this case is easy. And he's like, now then, did they let you know that they were gonna give you a sobriety test, or what? Did they give you an option? I was like, no, they didn't give me an option. He made me do both. And he's like, did they take any blood from you? I said, yes, in jail. And he's like, did you sign a consent for that? I said, no. He's like, you're gonna win this case. And then I told him, he's like, do you have any questions? I was like, no, I do have one question about my car, which has nothing to do with like you, I know, but I told him everything, and he's like, tow trucks mess with cars all the time, and they always like get sued. So I will help you do small claims for that as well. All right, that was last week or the week after, or week before, right? So on Monday, now like my hood, like I told you, my hood is like fucked up, right? Monday, I'm driving to work, and fucking all of a sudden, the fucking hood slams up onto my freaking windshield. Bam! Great. I thought like my little rain was over, my little cloud of rain was like gone, you know, after all that happened. And of course then Monday that shit happens. I was like, fucking great. So he's like, well, try to fucking drive it slowly home. So here I am driving my fucking cracked windshield, like the whole fucking shit was, I'll show you guys pictures of that too, all fucking broken. And here I am driving hella slow to fucking back to my house. and they fixed it or whatever. It's fixed now. But now we had to tie down my freaking hood down. We tied it down for now. Go and trade my car in. It's losing value anyway. I've been trying to trade it in for like maybe the last 4 months or so. I guess this is just a push to get that done. Guys, story of my life. But when life gives you lemons, you pick them up and throw them back at life, right? At least that's what I was told. Go ahead, you're already freaking going. Now you're gonna back up? Fine. Whatever. Yeah, I'm on my way home. It's freaking windy and I'm afraid that my hood is gonna pop open because I'm gonna get on the freeway right now. Even though it's tied down, like, I'm afraid, you know? And hopefully nothing happens on the way. So if it does, we will be catching this on camera. I'm not happy about it. I just smile every time I get nervous, so okay, all right. Here we go. All right, guys, so I made it home safe and sound. No issues. So yeah, I'll be back with you guys soon. So guys, we're on our way to the bank. I'm here with Mia Love. You guys already know.
Mom, I put foundation.
You scared me.
So I did my makeup, like actual makeup. Like I did contour, I did blush, I did everything. I even used foundation. I'm wearing foundation right now.
Okay.
I look good.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to say it. Like I thought I was gonna do a bad job because I never wear foundation. But I'm so proud of myself. Now I look like my mom. Come on, pose.
Holy moly! What's up, guys? So we're back. Yesterday after we went to the bank, we went to Albertsons to get stuff to make dinner. We just watched some Jersey Shore and called it a night. So we basically forgot to get back on video. Today is Friday. So I'm gonna do my address change and she's gonna do her driving permit. We got a lot more going on, so just stay tuned and watch the rest of our vlog. And stay tuned. Guys, driving back home. Mia did not pass her test.
I only missed 2 questions. I had to get 20 out of 25 correct. I only had 18, okay?
I'm gonna drop her off home and then I'm gonna head out to work. And then later when I get back home, my stepdaughter's coming over with her friends and they're gonna get ready because she's going to homecoming. Yeah. What's up, guys? We're back, or I'm back, whatever. Sorry, I stopped recording. I completely lost track, but I'm here with Zach. You guys remember him, right?
Yeah.
You guys remember him, or do I need to
Intervene?
Introduce you again? But yeah, the girls are back there behind me taking pictures, and we had to have a beer because this is too stressful. At least for me it is. But we're just waiting on them, and hopefully they hurry up because I need to watch some UFC fights. What?